So I just posted a video about removing a carpet in this Grand Prix, and that was because I found that there was a lot of moisture underneath the carpet, and I've seen a bunch of times that a lot of the times the module goes bad. So I got a used one on eBay that was said to be in good known working condition. Put it in. I also replaced the harness. Light's still on, so I'm going to go through a little bit more in-depth diagnostics. I have a diagnostic flowchart from GM, and you guys are going to come along for the ride. Alright, so I pulled up the rug, or took the passenger seat out, pulled up the rug. The module's under the passenger seat. So now, I'm going to carefully, I removed this already, I'm going to carefully remove the electrical connector by just pulling this out. There you go. So the first diagnostic test is to see if there is at least 9 volts on the ignition feed wire. The feed wire is the yellow wire. Got my diagrams here, and if we're looking at the connector, the yellow wire is A1. It says yellow ignition positive voltage. So we're gonna probe this one, turn the key on, and see what the voltage is. It said it should be 9 volts. So before I do any tests, I want to make sure that my ground is good. I put this wire under a bolt right here onto the frame by the door, and you need to make sure your ground is good before you do any tests. So I'm going to put one lead of the multimeter here, and then the other lead down here onto this bolt that's going through the frame as well, because that is also grounded, and I should get continuity between them. And I do, and let's see if there's any resistance. No. I don't know if you can see the multimeter, but there's no resistance. So now I know that this ground is good, and that I can do tests with this ground. Okay, so I've probed into the pin that I just talked about, and you want to be sure not to short this out. This is a positive voltage pin. So I put a rag underneath just in case any of the metal wants to touch the floor. I know it is painted, but still, you want to be careful. So I'm going to put the key in the ignition, and we're going to look at the multimeter here to see the voltage. Huh. Don't see any voltage. Well, we might have just found our problem. So the next step, it says to check the airbag fuse. It's in this glove box. It says behind this, take this out, and we have a fuse panel back here. So I'm going to pull the airbag fuse. Okay, here's the fuse. It's a 15 amp. It looks fine, it's not blown, but just to be sure, let's do a continuity test, make sure there's no resistance. And, well, there's 0.3 ohms of resistance in this fuse, but that's certainly not enough to drop all the voltage to the actual module. So this cannot be the problem. I'm going to put this back and we're going to move on. So upon inspection, I was looking at this. Key here, and I noticed. So here it says SIR. When I was going to put the fuse back, we have 2 on the bottom, 1 blank spot, and then the rest of this row is filled. So if you look here, we have 2 on the bottom, that 10 and that 20, the red and yellow. 15 is what I just put in, and then we have a blank spot. So we were missing a fuse. Specifically, we were missing the airbag fuse. The fuse next to it, this actually says it goes to the auxiliary console. I need to get another fuse for that. Anyway, the airbag light is out now, so this goes to show you to always check the simple things first. It's probably still good that I got all the water and moisture out of there. Certainly didn't need to replace the module or the harness, but hey, what are you gonna do? So that is out. But so that's pretty much it. I didn't have to go very far. Okay, she's all put back together. Just goes to show you, always check the simple things. I even made a video about this. It's just that I fell into the trap. I saw this, I've seen this a bunch of times. There's water, there's moisture underneath the carpet. the airbag module goes out. So I immediately thought that must be my problem. So sometimes having that knowledge of what typically goes wrong can hurt you. So anyway, hope that was a good lesson. Thanks for watching. So then just loosen the booty screw. You see that air shoot out? You still got air in this line.